This episode of Soldier Knows Best is brought to you by HostGator Web Hosting. Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best here. This is my review of the iPhone 4S. I'm going to talk about the design, the hardware, the software with iOS 5, and also Siri and her beautiful voice. And I'm going to talk about the camera and basically everything else as well. So let's go to first start talking about the design and the hardware. Now, if you first look at the iPhone 4S, you'll say, nothing has changed. Well, that's basically right. This looks exactly like the Verizon iPhone 4, but this iPhone 4S does have a SIM card slot. That's because the iPhone 4S is now a world phone, so basically you can use this on any network in the world, and Apple only has to design one single phone to be able to do this. But other than that, it still comes in black and white versions. Now it does have the white version, though, out of the box. But other than that, the design is basically the same as the iPhone 4. It just weighs about 0.1 ounces heavier, which is not important. I don't know why I said it, but yeah, it looks basically the same. Now, but on the inside, though, that's where things change. Now it does have a dual-core A5 processor, and both of those cores are 1 gigahertz, and also too, it does have 512 megabytes of RAM. As far as the camera, now it does have a 8 megapixel camera that can shoot and record in 1080p HD video at 30 frames per second. More on that a little bit later. And now it also does come in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte versions. And other than that, that's it for the design and the hardware of the 4S. And now let's get into the software portion of this review, and that is talking about iOS 5, the brand new mobile software that Apple just released for the iPhone 4 and the 3GS as well, but the iPhone 4S can do a couple more things, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, iOS 5 does a lot of new things to the platform. One of those things is the new notification system, which now you can slide down from the top, and now you have a notification kind of panel there of all your notifications from your applications. And also, too, you'll find a couple widgets from the weather widgets and the stock widget as well. That gives you some information in a nice, presentable way. I kind of like that. But also, you can customize these notifications as well. So if you want one application to send you the traditional pop-up notification, which may be annoying to some people, but if you want one application to continue to do that, you can set it up that way, or you can set it up to do the new way with the notifications that's at the top of the screen itself. So you can customize that to your liking as well in the settings. And also in the new Reminders application, your iPhone now can help you remember to do things. So if you know you need to go check your PO box once you leave work, you can set up a reminder, and via GPS, it'll know that once you leave work, that using that GPS coordinate, it'll send you a quick little reminder on your screen to say, hey, go check up on your PO box. And one of the things that I started using in iOS 5 is custom vibrations. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, but if you know you have like maybe your girlfriend or something, you want to have a specific vibration so you know that's her calling while your phone is in your pocket, while you're doing who knows what. You can set up a custom vibration, and it's pretty cool. You just tap on the screen, and you can basically tap anything you want. If you tap a little bit harder, it'll make the vibration a little bit harder. Ladies, you can do some good anyway. So I really like the custom vibrations with that. And also too, it does have a setting there so you can have an LED alert. So the iPhone 4S does have a little flash on the back, so you can have an LED alert when something happens. You can set that up in the settings as well. So I'm just covering some things that a lot of people haven't covered in their iOS 5 videos. Another cool thing you can do with the 4S is wireless AirPlay mirroring. So now if you do have an Apple TV, you can now wirelessly stream things from your iPhone 4S to your TV set now, which is pretty cool. So if you do have like an iPhone 4S and an iPad now, and you both have the same game, like this game right here, Real Racing 2, you can actually use that your phones and your devices as controllers, and both of you can be playing and watching everything on a big screen TV in HD and 720p HD wirelessly. So that is a pretty cool thing to do, and I just see this as the future in the gaming for the iOS platform. I think Apple's making a really big step and leap here with the iPhone 4S, just having the ability to do it wirelessly. But now, what is the speed difference between the iPhone 4 and the 4S? Because the iPhone 4S does have that dual-core processor, and Apple says it should be twice as fast. But in my experience, I mean, the iPhone 4S is faster than the iPhone 4, but it's not like a blazing difference. Now, if you told me that you had a car that goes 100 miles per hour, but now it goes twice as fast, meaning it goes 200 miles per hour, that's a big old difference. But between the iPhone 4 and the 4S, I don't feel that type of change. But the 4S is a little bit snappier. It does, flow a little bit faster. Doesn't hang up on anything at all that the iPhone 4 may have hung up on the past. But also to the cameras application is really fast. It can really take pictures rapid fire there as well. So the iPhone 4S is faster than the iPhone 4 doing everyday tasks and things like that. But it's just not like a blow-away difference though. All right, now I'm about to show you Siri, which is the voice assistant that's in the iPhone 4S. This allows you to talk to your phone to schedule everyday things like alarms to wake you up in the morning, or scheduling a calendar appointment, or you can ask it different information from random facts, and also too, you can talk to it dirty and do stupid things as well. And I'll show you some of those in a second. Of course, you want to see that. Schedule a doctor's appointment for November the 1st, 2012 at 7:30 p.m. So that was a lot of stuff.
Okay, I set up your appointment for November 1st, 2012.
What does Google's stock price look like today?
Google is currently at $590.25.
Hot damn.
Sorry, Mark. I'm afraid I can't do that.
She don't know what I was talking about. How many dimes are in $1 million? Do you know this answer?
Let me think. This might answer your question.
And there we go. So this is using Wolfram Alpha, which is a very, very big repository of just a lot of different crazy information, but also just a lot of useful information as well. Send new email to Tim.
What's the subject of the email?
Hey.
Okay, what would you like the email to say?
Shut up.
Okay then, I won't send it.
No, I didn't mean for you to shut up, you idiot. I like it when you call me Big Papa. Put your hands in the air.
From now on, I'll call you Big Papa.
What are you wearing?
Aluminosilicate glass and stainless steel. Nice, huh?
I've always wanted to know this.
Okay, here you go.
3,481. Who tested that? Probably Cat Stats, if you know what that is. All right, guys, that's a quick look at Siri. I do think this is a very useful feature. I don't think it's some gimmick like some people are saying out there. You're not going to be probably using this every single day. I will for my alarms and appointments and stuff like that. But it is way easier to schedule a doctor's appointment or put something on your calendar just by talking to it. Plus, Siri is personal as well. Apple has did a pretty good job of getting it very personal to a level where you can ask it dumb stuff, but also to it'll be able to understand common slang or things like that. So for Siri, I give it a thumbs up. And speaking of the camera, let's going to talk about that beast of a camera that's in the iPhone 4S. And now it does have an 8 megapixel camera that can shoot in 1080p HD video at 30 frames per second. So Apple really was boasting about the camera in the iPhone 4S, and also to the image stabilization as far as the video, because a lot of mobile video that you take with a cell phone can be a little bit shaky because you may be holding it with one hand. But Apple said they kind of ironed those things out and kind of smoothed it out with the iPhone 4S. But you can tell by these pictures that I'm showing you right now, this thing takes amazing pictures. Even in low light, it does a pretty good job. So this is one of the best cameras that I've seen in the cell phone. Now, let me say this as well. Nokia does have some phones that do have better cameras, but as a total package, as a phone itself, this camera inside the iPhone 4S is pretty impressive. So right now, I'm going to show you some 1080p HD video in all of its glory. So go ahead and check it out. Speech. She gave me the glasses. Who was that? Lisa. Yeah. So as you can see, the video from the iPhone 4S is pretty darn impressive. 1080p HD video, 30 frames per second. Also, these 8 megapixel pictures really make this iPhone 4S camera one of the best cameras out there on the cell phone. It's not the best. Nokia may have it beat in some regards, but the camera in the iPhone 4S is pretty darn impressive. Now it's going to talk about the call quality because this is a smartphone. So we got rid of the smart part, right? But now it's going to talk about the phone part. And I have to say that the phone quality is basically the same as I found it from the iPhone 4. But one thing about the depth grip issue, which is a big deal with the iPhone 4 as far as the way you hold the phone, can cause you to lose bars and lose reception. Now you can still do that though, but you really have to be squeezing hard. But now if you are going to be using your phone in either your left or your right hand just normally, you're not going to have that problem anymore at all. Apple did improve that just a little bit by the way the antennas work now. But I would say the call quality is pretty much unchanged from the iPhone 4. Now, what about battery life? Well, basically, the difference between the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S as far as battery life is now the standby time for the iPhone 4S is 200 hours, and the standby time for the iPhone 4 was 300 hours. So the iPhone 4S loses 100 hours as far as standby time, which is mind-boggling. I don't understand that. But it does gain an extra hour of talk time on 3G, and basically everything else from the video playback, the audio playback, and internet usage is identical to the iPhone 4. So besides the standby time, which doesn't make sense to me, and the call time, basically the battery is about the same. Now, personally, on my day-to-day use, I was able to get through a full day of using the iPhone 4S, but I would think the battery in the iPhone 4S could have been a little bit better. All right, now for the roundup of my overall opinion about the iPhone 4S. And I must say, I do like it. It's a pretty solid upgrade. And this is everything I think a lot of people were looking forward to, besides a new redesign, and besides a bigger screen, and besides the name iPhone 5. But the iPhone 4S is a pretty solid upgrade. But I think a lot of people out there are kind of curious about whether or not they should upgrade from the iPhone 4 to the 4S. That's the biggest question that's been going around. And I must say that it's not a necessary upgrade. I don't think everybody would need or want to upgrade from the 4 to the 4S, just because it's not a new redesign. But I think with iOS 5 running on the iPhone 4, it runs just fine. If you're not really interested in the Siri, or you're not really interested in the camera, there's no really need to upgrade from the 4 to the 4S. So bottom line, I would say coming from the 3G and 3GS, this is a must-have upgrade. Coming from the 4, it's going to be your personal opinion. But I don't think a lot of people will be disappointed with iOS 5, the camera, and Siri. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the iPhone 4S. So anyway, guys, this is just my judgment and just my review on the 4S. I do give it a salute. It's a solid upgrade, but I really can't wait for the iPhone 5, the true iPhone 5, to come out. So anyway, guys, before we head out here, it's going to take one last look at our sponsor for this video. And today's sponsor is HostGator. If you're looking to get your blog or website up and running in just a matter of minutes without the stress and hassle that normally comes with it, HostGator is a pretty good place for you. And they have plans starting as low as $3.96 a month, which is not bad at all. And of course, you can choose from over 4,000 different templates to get your website up and running and also looking nice as well. And HostGator will even migrate your current site over for free. They have unlimited disk space and unlimited bandwidth. And also, too, they'll give you $100 in Google AdWords to help market your site. And they'll be able to give you a 45-day money-back guarantee if you're going to go ahead and try it out. And for Soldier Knows Best viewers, yes, that is you. You can get 25% off your first order, or you can get your first month free if you go to HostGator.com and then enter in the coupon code SoldierKnows. Alright guys, again, thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment down below about what you think about this video. Did you like it? But also, too, what are your thoughts about the iPhone 4S? I know a lot of you guys out there do have it. Also, remember to enter in my iPhone 4S giveaway. If you're watching me on Revision 3 or anywhere else, go to my YouTube channel. For everybody else here on YouTube, there will be an annotation here floating around here. You can click that and go to my iPhone 4S giveaway video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Peace.